Hi there guys, welcome to today's episode. I'm here doing a plugin tutorial on the plugin called ThemeCrates. It is by Leftwich and I will leave a link in the description to the plugin's spigot page. Basically what it does is you have any kind of crate that you would like and you can... It has an animation and you can edit it in every single way that you can possibly think of. Has sound effects as well. So most of this is going to be looking at the configuration because that is the main part of this, but I wanted to show you what it does first of all. You can also change the amount of items that spin around. You can change what block you want to be the crate. You can change the different item that flies up in the air. You can change what you get from the crate as well. There's loads of things that you can configure. Let's get straight into it. Here we are in the configuration files. Now what you have to do is you have a different file for each crate that you want. Okay, so you can just make a new one. Has to be a JSON file. So yeah, this is how you create what you want your crate to be. So the first thing is you define the name of the crate. You can name it anything at all. It can have spaces in it. You can call it whatever you want. Okay. Then the next thing is the item that rotates around your crate and then like spins around. Okay, so you put the item ID of whatever that is. You can then have the item data, whatever it's called, you can put that there. So for example, if you wanted a golden apple here, like so, then you could have golden apple, or you could have a god apple, and then you'd put the data value of 1 there. So, or you could put it here. So this is the one that rotates around, and then its item data value there. Or the one that flies up, so the one that comes out of your crate and goes vertically up into the air, and then that data value goes there. So you can configure whatever you want them to be. So I'll do it like this so you guys can tell the difference. And then this here is basically when you state how many items you want to go around the chest, that is basically look value. So the more you have, the more likely you are to get a rarer item basically. Now if you wanted to disable that, you can just set it to 0. But if you want each extra item to have an increased chance of getting something rarer, you can set it to 1 or 0.5 or anything like that, and it will increase the chance of getting a rarer item. Okay, now we'll go on to the loot. So the things that you get from the crate itself, the first thing is the chance. So this is from 0 to 100. So 40 here would be 40% of getting that. For example, if I change this to 10, and if we go back to the increase rate of getting something, if this was set to 0, then this would be exactly 40% of getting this and 10% of getting this. But then if I change it to 1 or maybe 10 or something, I can't do the maths, I don't know the maths equation to this, but I'm pretty sure it's on the spigot page, but I will have a higher chance than 10% of getting this rare item. So yeah, it just helps with that. Yeah, so okay, let's go on to the items. You can obviously set the chance. So item ID, you have to remember that you've got to put the numbers in here, not the name of the item. And then again here you've got the data value. So for example, if you wanted a god apple, it would be 322 here because that's the item ID of a golden apple, but if you wanted it to be a god apple, you'd put 1 there as the data value. I can't remember what was just in here, but oh well, it doesn't matter. And then you put how many you want. So this is like the thing that drops. This is the thing that falls onto your crate during the animation. So how many do you want of them? You can have 1 to 64, obviously. We'll just leave it as 1. You can then add enchantments, which I will show a bit later on. You can then put whatever display name you want it to have, so you can add color codes in here. I'm going to put golden apple because that is my item ID here, is golden apple. Then you can add a lore to it, so you would go down the line. You have to keep those brackets there, okay? We would then, let me scroll down to where I've added lore. Okay, it's not this one, it's in the next one. Let me just quickly get to it. Don't want to mess it up, so here, because obviously it will break the whole thing if you don't do it correctly. If I just copy this and paste it in there. Okay, so you have to keep your square brackets, you have to open them up, and then it's like a couple two spaces in, and then you have to write what you want on the lore. You can have multiple lines as long as you put a comma there, add in your quotation marks, and you can use color codes, whatever you would like. You can then, if you wanted to use a player head, you would put that here. So you would replace Steve with the player head name, or if you don't want a player head, then you just leave it as Steve. You'd have to put the data value, the item ID of a skull here, and then the durability would be 3 because that means player skull, and then the name of the player skull would be there. But I haven't put a skull there, so this isn't going to have any relevance. Then, what do you want it to do when they've won this item? So when they win this golden apple, this command is going to be ran, so it's going to give them money. Well, I don't want to give them money because it's a golden apple. So you can just put here, you can put square bracket, I think it is item. Let me double check that I have that in my next one, I'm pretty sure, because this one has all the different things in. So yeah, you would put this in brackets, you would put add item, and it will literally give them the golden apple and the amounts of golden apples, whatever you've put here, it will literally give them that item. And then it will broadcast, if you put broadcast here, and then this placeholder represents the player's name who used the crate key. So then you can broadcast to the whole server. This player has found 1 golden apple in the, I've called it armor crate, I don't know why. In the armor crate. There we go. So now I'm going to go on to the next one because I've got all the different things that you can do in the action section. So here I'm going to start off with the command. So to run any single command, you just type command and then whatever command you want. Remember to put this is your placeholder to represent the player's name who used the crate key. So whatever command you want, you can give them money, you can add permissions. So here it shows you, if you're using PEX, this is how to give them a permission. So PEX user, then the player's name, add, and then the permission node that you want to give them. That is only if you're using PEX though, as your permissions plugin. Here I've also got using a school. So the item ID is 397, sorry, and then the data value of 3, and then you can put whatever name you want here. So because I'm advertising an Iron Golem pet, it has got, that is the Minecraft name to have a Iron Golem school. So it will show the skull, which I will show you at the end. And then modify your broadcast if you want to have a broadcast for every single one. Here I've got just another permissions thing, just showing you you can add commands. So this is an essentials command. That's just an example. Here I've got enchantments. Now this is a bit trickier. I mean, it looks complicated, but it's actually really easy. So obviously here the square brackets are closed. You just have to open them up. So we're going to put 2 spaces in there so we can write in the middle space, space, and then we've got our little curly brackets here. You then need to open them up and write in the middle of it. So space, space again. You then want to open some quotations and you're going to type, oh, I was supposed to type enchant. If I can even type, oh my life. There we go, enchant, and then you close your brackets. Okay, then you're going to open some more brackets again and you need to find out the bucket name for the enchantment that you want. So it's not just going to be protection, it's going to be a type of, you know, it's going to be the bucket name for the enchantments, and all the enchantment names, I'm pretty sure, or a link to them is on the Spigot page. So you put, you know, you put your enchantment in there and then you go to the next line and then you open brackets again, you type level, and then you put in the number of the level you want. So let's have protection 2, okay? Then if you want to add another enchantment, you need to put a comma there, and then you can literally just copy and paste it here. Remember to remove that comma for your last enchantment. So let's just chuck in durability there. We've got clear inventory thing here, but let's change that to we can do a command for giving, I think that's a diamond helmet, so I need to put in my placeholder for the player name. So give player this item, which is, I'm pretty sure it's a diamond helmet. But because I haven't, because I've done it this way, it's not going to have the enchantments on it. This is just for the thing that's going to fall in the animation. So if I actually want it to have these enchantments and this display name, like the item that I want them to have, I need to put add item instead. It can't run a command. So if you literally want to give them this item that is in the animation, then just put add item and it will do it automatically for you. So yeah, you can then obviously put whatever name you want. I think I already mentioned that. You can, like, actions represents any kind of reward, so you can put commands in there, you can put broadcasts in there, or you can put add item to literally add the item that you created up here for the item that comes out of the animation. Now we're going to go back into the game to look at what we have created. Here we are on the server. Now I'm going to show you everything you need to know whilst on the server now that all the configuration is complete. So first things first is the commands. You can type /tc or /ThemeCrate to get the help up for all the commands that you can use. You can type /tc set to set a block to be a crate, any block at all. Type it again, right click the block you want, type the command, right click the block, and all 3 of those are now a crate. Any key can be used on them. You can then type /tc remove to remove a loot crate, if I can talk, sorry. Then to give yourself the key, you can type /tc give and then your name and then theme. That is the name of the crate that you made. Now we made a crate called crate, and we also made a crate called armor crate. So you have to put an underscore wherever you've put a space in the name that you called it. Then */level is the amount of items you want to float around the crate in the animation stage, and it is also like the multiplier of the chance of getting a rare item. Now, if you remember me talking about it, I like to set mine to 0. That is because I like to have multiple items floating around during the animation stage, but I do not want it to increase the chance of getting a rare item. So I think we kept it to 0, I'm not sure. If I type 10, we look at it and it is called ThemeCrate. You can't change the name currently. It then says what crate you can use it on, so I can use it on an armor crate. Well, all the crates are the same. You can use any keys on them, and then it is level 10, so 10 items will float around. Let's get the crate one up and right click on there, and then we can watch the animation take place. I know my messages are a bit messed up because I didn't spend time configuring them. So yeah, okay, let's look into the different, let me do the same command again. If I do 1 now, it would just give me one thing floating around. So that is literally what the */level mean. Just like that. So we configured each thing to how it looks like. I'm gonna see if we can get different items. So we had a command first, so we got permission. That was a permission node, and then this was a command to get money. Then we got the item that was already made. Okay, what was this thing? Okay, this was supposed to be a diamond helmet. Maybe it didn't change the item ID, or it didn't save it. I'm not sure. But there's our enchantments that we put on. I'm pretty sure I put 310 and not 116, but maybe I didn't save it. I don't know. But yeah, so, and 5 is the color code we used for everything. So you can see it's got its custom name, and when it falls down, it's got the custom display name on it. And finally, the permission node for admins or owners of the server is ThemeCrates.admin. Now that is what you need to access the command /tc. You can do /tc set remove and give. With this permission node, you obviously don't really want to give it to your players because then they can get free keys. And regular players do not need any permissions to be able to use the crates. Just by default, they can use them. So yeah, if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer them, or you can obviously go to the Spigot page and ask the developer, because I'm sure he knows the insides out of his plugin. So yeah, just give him a message. I know he's really nice, so don't be afraid to ask him. And give this a thumbs up if this was helpful to you, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!